All right, you guys, I got my potato pots out of the garden. They were in this spot right here. A couple of them started to die. So this one's starting to get all wilty and most of them have died. So that means that they're ready to be harvested. So I got my husband coming over with the tractor and we're gonna put it on that and take them somewhere else where we could dump them. And we'll see if we got anything. There's a bunch of fire ants in there, so we'll see. Well, we just emptied these and I'm seeing a couple potatoes in this pile. This is totally filled with fire ants. But I see a couple of red potatoes in there and I grabbed this one out. So went and got me some gloves. I'll see what I get and I'll show you what I get. All right, here's the end result. It's more than I thought. I thought we weren't gonna get anything because I mean, those pots were totally filled with fire ants. So I'm really glad we got some. This is all the dirt and stuff. We'll just leave this here to compost in place. And we'll start anew. I don't know if it was worth it for this little bit of potatoes. But maybe we'll try it a little bit of a different way, do a little more research. You guys got any ideas for me? It's my first time doing these. The sweet potatoes did way better than these. So I'm not quite sure what I did wrong. If you have any ideas for me, put them down in the comment section below. Thanks. All right, y'all, I thought I'd give you a little tour of my garden. I have it all inside of this electric chicken wire. It's really nice. It's movable and adjustable, and you can take it down and weed whack or mow all around in here if you wanted to. And I have all this weed barrier. This is new this year. I did a little bit of gardening before, but never succeeded this well. And I think a lot of it is because of this weed barrier. I'm not spending all of my time pulling weeds from all over the place. And I also have this drip irrigation set up, and it's got little holes on just about like where every plant is, kind of. And it waters from underneath, so it doesn't splash up like we would do the sprinkler or hand watering, and that's really good for the tomatoes and stuff. So those two things together have saved me so much time. I'm not hand watering everything every day. So here, this row is broccoli. I'm not very good at taking notes, so I don't even remember when I planted it or anything, but after it, started to cool off a little bit, I got a volunteer tomato plant there. And this whole row here is broccoli. And then I have another second planting of broccoli. A little succession planting trial this time. And this here is collards. And I have some bok choy, some second planting of bok choy. I have a poblano pepper here and there. I planted those like maybe in September, and they're just now starting to give me. I have a pretty good looking one right here, and then a little baby one. I'm just waiting on it to get a little bigger. And then I have some more bok choys just filling in spots. I don't like to have empty spots in my garden. These two here are Ajvarski peppers. There's a couple of little ones in there, kind of just now starting. And then I have some banana pepper plants here and another volunteer tomato. So this is where I have my sweet potatoes. Right now you can see I have a couple that are starting to re-sprout in here. But these are all radishes in here. And then here I have turnips and collards. And then there's the sweet potatoes are starting to re-sprout in there. There's my chickens. They're waiting for me to give them a treat. So here I have, I think I skipped a couple rows, didn't I? Let's go back over here. Here I have spring onions with one little bok choy. I have some tomatoes here. These are Roma tomatoes. And there's bok choy. I have green onions, and this is a volunteer black cherry tomato plant, and this one is also my first planting of bok choy, my first planting of green onions, and then this is a slicing tomato, so it'll be a really big one. I just harvested a bunch of these for dinner last night, and they're so good. So this row here, I folded the plastic back on each side and put the staples in, and I planted carrots all the way down. This first half is the big long ones, and the other ones are like the little short carrots. And then I have here giant leeks all the way down. I don't know how giant they'll get, but if I get a decent sized leek, I'll be happy. And then this row here, I have beets, which some of them are a little bigger than others. Some of them are like nice and big like that, and some others are like little babies. I'm not quite sure. Then I have some bulb onions. These should bulb. And then this is another half a row bulb onions. I have some head lettuce here, where you just cut the whole head. And then I have all of my bell peppers still from March. Can you believe it? They're doing fantastic, and I just can't tell myself to pull them out. Look how many. There's like 6 or 7 on this one plant. I'm waiting for these to turn yellow, since I already have a bunch of green ones in the freezer. See, that one there is just now starting to turn yellow. So that'll be cool. I got some second plantings of kale. And then this is my first planting of kale here. I'm gonna pull some of this for some soup. And then this is all Brussels sprouts. Then I have 4 cauliflowers, and those are cabbage. Then I have butternut squash, and then these are spaghetti squash. And then here I have the last of my zucchinis and yellow squash. I'm keeping everything that has a little fruit or flower on it. So I have gotten so much squash. It did so good this year in fall. And last, I have a little bit of spinach in here popping up. I just planted that recently, and some cut and regrow lettuce there. And this is where I had all my potatoes, which we just got up yesterday, which I'll add to this video also. So there is my garden. I try to use every spot. These are almost done. I'm gonna start some new cabbage and cauliflowers, and then those will go in those spots. So there it is. All right, this is where I start my seeds. I have a little seed starting area and a little nook at the back of my house, and it has a little eave over it so it doesn't get slammed with the rain. This is the potting soil I've been using. I'm not very happy with it for seed starting, so I'm gonna try something new in spring. And I keep all my little pots and my little seed starter things there. Then I have this other table over here. These are radishes and turnips. I didn't have space in my garden, but I wanted some, so there they are. And then this is one of our old chicken tractors. I'll have to relocate all this stuff when we get our meat chickens. But I got these 4 tomato plants here out of my horse's paddock, and I replanted them. Like, man, those are growing good. And here I have some watermelon, just kind of trying it out. But there's a little watermelon right there. We'll see. I planted it at totally the wrong time, but we'll see. I had the seeds. So here I have 2 fig trees, and I have 2 pineapples that I saved the tops of. Some bell peppers. These 2 here are oregano. My dog knocked this over upside down, so I had to replant. So here I have a Mira pepper. I don't know, that one was free, came with my seed packets. Here I have jalapeno and another jalapeno. This one's got a couple of little ones trying to get going. And I have 2 things of parsley, 2 things of cilantro. We love fresh cilantro. Another round of kale, lettuce, and this is celery. I've never done celery before, but man, them things are a little tiny. I started them a long time ago. Yeah, I don't know. Then I have 5 little blueberry plants. We'll see what they do in spring. And that concludes it.